Hey, thanks for checking in. This is Michel Bron with the Bron Realty Group. And today I want to talk about inspections. So you're super excited, your offer was accepted. It's a tough market out there. There's not a lot of inventory. And so your offer has been accepted. And now you're going to buy this house that you don't know anything about. And it could be a little scary. You don't know if there's a roof leak or if there's been roof leaks, or you don't know if the foundation is cracked. And so what can you do? Well, there are definitely some ways that are in place to find out as much as possible about a property. First of all, there's going to be some disclosures or some questionnaires that the seller is going to fill out with some very, very specific questions that they have to answer about the condition of the property, about the history, about any repairs they may have done in the past, and what kind of repairs it was, and whether they were done by a professional or by a handyman, things like that. So, and it's very important for the seller to be truthful and honest about these questionnaires, because if they lie about it and later on you find out that they knew about the problems, they can be liable for it. So that's one part of finding out the history about the property. The second aspect is inspections. So if you're buying a house, not a condo, if you're buying a house, there are 3 inspections that I personally always recommend my clients to do. General inspection, sewer line inspection, and chimney inspection. Why the chimney and the sewer line? Of course, as long as there is a fireplace and a chimney. Otherwise, you don't have to worry about it. But the general inspector is going to inspect every aspect of the house, but he or she doesn't have the equipment necessary to go put a camera through the sewer line or put a camera up the flue to see if there are any cracks with either one of them. And those can be extremely costly repairs if there is something wrong with the sewer line or with the sewer line. As a homeowner, you're responsible for the sewer line from your house all the way to the middle of the street, to the portion that connects with the city sewer. So if there's a problem with your sewer line and later on there's a crack, and the crack happens to be under the street, you, the homeowner, is going to be responsible for opening up the street, blocking the streets, doing a lot of very, very costly repair, not to mention all the damage that the sewer line backup can cause inside your house. So it's very important to do that. And same thing for the chimney. Flue repairs can be very expensive. A lot of times homeowners themselves don't even know that there was a problem with their chimney, so it's very important to inspect that, and the general inspector will not inspect these 2 items. The general inspection is going to include a roof inspection. They're going to see if there's any trace of old leaks. They're going to, if there's a crawl space, if the house is not built on a flat foundation, but if there's a crawl space, they're going to go under the house. They're going to see if there's any cracks, if there's any problem with any of the foundation, if the foundation has been bolted. I won't get into this right now, what it means. They're going to look at the electrical system. They're going to look at the plumbing. They're going to check the pressure. They're going to check the outlets to make sure that all the lights work. They're going to do a very complete inspection. And then at the end of the inspection, they're going to give you a report, written and verbal. And you're going to talk about all these findings. And by the way, they always find something no matter what. And then these findings are going to help you with the assistance of your real estate agent to possibly negotiate or renegotiate some credits and say, hey, Mr. or Mrs. Seller, maybe you knew or maybe you didn't know about these issues we found about your house, but we'd like to be compensated for them. And then there's a new negotiation so that the transaction can move forward. If you're buying a condo, you probably don't have to do a chimney inspection, although some condos do have a fireplace, so you might have to inspect that. You will not have to do a sewer line inspection, because that's the responsibility of the homeowner association, but you're going to have some disclosures from the homeowner associations that are going to talk about a lot of the things that is going on in the building, a lot of the history. It's called the minutes of the homeowner association meetings, and you're going to be able to read what the homeowners have been talking about every time they met about the building. So there's going to be some disclosures there. But you will definitely do a general inspection of the condominium, and they're going to look at every aspect of the condo, and again, possibly renegotiate some credits based on their findings. So that's a general overview of the inspections. If you're thinking about buying a property, by all means, make sure that you do inspect. Don't buy anything without inspecting. It's very, very risky. don't remove your inspection contingencies. I don't recommend it unless maybe you're an investor and buying an as-is property. But otherwise, I would not recommend to remove any inspection contingency. So if you have any questions, if you're thinking of buying a property, feel free to give me a call. I'm happy to answer any questions as always. And until then, try to stay dry out there. It's been raining a lot. And we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for checking in. Bye-bye.